Okay, today's video entry is going to be about scuppers on a sailboat. I have a Swedish 38-foot sloop that had tiny scuppers, and it was causing trouble. So I decided to enlarge the scuppers, and is the boat. There is my through-hole fitting exit of the scupper. Here we are in the cockpit level. There's the tiller, and here are two scuppers in the cockpit. What was previously installed was this tiny thing, which, as you can see, is completely blocked with bird debris. So here's the one that I installed. What I did here was I just cut a larger diameter hole in the teak, and then the 2-inch hole for the through hole inside of that bigger hole, and install the through hole from the top. Here from below we can see the bottom of the top through hole, and we can see the top of the bottom through hole connected by a reinforced hose. Definitely not marine rated. And I put double clamps on both ends. Those are also not marine rated. They are stainless steel, but I think that screw bolt is not completely stainless steel, so I'm gonna have to grease that up good. And it looks good from here. It looks great. I feel like I did a good job. I wrangled with these hoses. Here's my first tip. My first tip is, first, install the through holes. Make sure that the bottom through hole is above the water line. Okay, now use an appropriate sealant. If it's above the water line, you don't have to worry too much. You can use silicone, you can use anything you want if it's above the water line. And seal them up, tighten them up good. The next step is to measure from the inner part of the top through hole, right here, to the bottom, to the inner part of the bottom through hole. Measure that distance. And also give some allowance for just a natural curvature of the pipe. Now do the same measurement on the outside of the through holes to make sure that the outer side is going to be longer. Make that measurement, and then cut your hose even still a bit longer so you have room to play with. Now don't expect it to fit the first try. You could definitely want to mock this up. Don't even bother installing the clamps the first try. Just mock up the hose, fit it in there, make some more markings, and then cut those. And it might take 3 or 4 or even 5 times. This stuff is not fun. This is tough stuff to handle. So you're gonna have to make tons of trial and errors. Finally, when you get it to sit in there good without even any clamps, it should fit in there real good. You should be proud of it already. Then you install your clamps and you fit it up. I want to make a special mention of the error that I made that I want you guys to avoid making. So I kind of rushed my installation, and I drilled the hole from the inside of this boat, not knowing 100% where the water line was. I was rushing it. I assumed, just because of the structure of the boat and by making other comparisons with the other through holes, that this was supposed to be above the water line. But now I'm having second doubts, and so I don't know 100%. So what I'm going to have to do now, since I've already put myself into an unsure circumstance, and this can be critical, because if you put the through hole below the water line and there's no seacock, that's running a catastrophic risk. That is seriously jeopardizing your boat. It's a silly and stupid mistake, and I may have made it. So what I have to do now is I have to wait till the tide comes up, since I'm on the hard of the beach. The boat is standing up on the beach, and I have to see, once the boat floats, if indeed I'm above or below the water line. Then I'll mark it, and I'll measure where it should go 100% above the water line, and just move the bottom through hole, make that adjustment, and then at that point I'll be 100% clear on this project. Okay guys, good luck. Cheers.